In the 18th and early 19th centuries, a Native American empire rose to dominate the fiercely contested lands of the American Southwest. This empire has gone nearly unrecognized in American history. Who was it that stopped the Spanish conquistadors dead in their tracks as they came north after conquering all of South and Central America? And what stopped the French from progressing west after they took over the Louisiana Territory? And what was one of the chief reasons American settlers colonized the West Coast and the East Coast years before the middle of America? Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm a library specialist at the West Regional Library in Plantation, Florida. Today, I'd like to tell you about a book that will take you back to a terrifying time in American settlers' history, but a magnificent time for Native American people. Numunu, or the people known to the American moving west as Comanche. Population between 20,000 and 30,000 at their peak. So savagely bloodthirsty and warlike, they swept everyone off the southern plains. They nearly exterminated the entire Apache tribe. From northwest Texas and adjacent areas in eastern New Mexico through southeastern Colorado, southwestern Kansas, western Oklahoma, and down to northern Chihuahua in Mexico, they lived and raided. Their military mastery was derived from the horse. They were the prototype horse tribe, the tribe that could do more with a horse than any other tribe could. So they pretty much hunted buffalo and started wars. Empire of the Summer Moon. Published in 2010, a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Critics Circle Award, a New York Times notable book. Spent 82 weeks on the Times bestseller list. Winner of the Texas Book Award and the Oklahoma Book Award. The New York Times Book Review characterized this book this way. This bestseller and stunning historical account of the 40-year battle between Comanche Indians and white settlers in the United States Army for control of the American West is nothing short of a revelation. Will leave dust and blood on your jeans. Empire of the Summer Moon spans two astonishing stories. The first traces the rise and fall of the Comanche, the most powerful Indian tribe in American history. A stunning historical account of the 40-year battle for control of the West. The second entails one of the most remarkable narratives ever to come out of the Old West, the epic saga of the pioneer woman Cynthia Ann Parker and her mixed-blood son, Quanah, who became the last and the greatest chief of the Comanches. Although readers may be more familiar with the tribe names Apache and Sioux, this book describes the legendary fighting ability of the Comanche that determined just how and when the American West would open. How Comanche boys became adept bareback riders by age 6, and full Comanche braves were considered the best horsemen who ever rode. And how white settlers arriving in Texas from the eastern United States were surprised to find the frontier being rolled backwards by the Comanches, incensed by the invasion of their tribal lands. An interesting fact in the book: so effective were the Comanche that they forced the creation of the Texas Rangers and account for the advent of the new weapon specifically designed to fight their prowess on horseback with a bow and arrow, the 6-gun. Against this backdrop is a compelling drama of Cynthia Ann Parker, a lovely 9-year-old girl with cornflower blue eyes who was kidnapped by the Apache from the far Texas frontier in 1836. She grew up to love her captors and became infamous as the white squaw who refused to return until her tragic capture by Texas Rangers in 1860. More famous still was her son, Quanah, a warrior who was never defeated and whose guerrilla wars in the Texas Panhandle made him a legend. Who wrote this meticulously researched story? S.C. Gwynne, an award-winning journalist whose work has appeared extensively in Time magazine, for which he worked as bureau chief, national correspondent and senior editor, and in Texas Monthly, where he was executive editor. His work has also appeared in the New York Times, Harper's, and California magazine. He's the author of 2 other acclaimed books on American history, Rebel Yell, The Violence, Passion, and Redemption of Stonewall Jackson. It was also a New York Times bestseller and named a finalist for both the National Book Critics Circle and the Penn Literary Award for Biography. And Hymns of the Republic, which addresses the time Ulysses S. Grant arrives to take command of all Union armies in March 1864 to the surrender of Robert E. Lee at Appomattox a year later. Empire of the Summer Moon. This book is only 370 pages and certainly doesn't read like an old dusty historical tome. It's written in a modern style and includes some rather graphic battle or Indian attack descriptions. I absolutely recommend this book to you, even if you're not a history buff. If you're an American, read it. Broward County Libraries carries it in hard copy, ebook, both Kindle and EPUB, and audiobook.